Alrighty, I'm going to call this meeting to order. It's 8 o'clock, well, 8:03, and today is January 2nd, 2015. This is the organizational meeting of the Grand Traverse County Board of Commissioners. If you have a cell phone, please turn it off or put it on silent. We're going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have the Honorable Melanie Stanton, Judge of the Probate Court, with us to give the oaths of office to our new county commissioners.
What I would like everybody to do, please, first, from by district, if we could please stand up and introduce ourselves. And we can start with Dr. Lathrop.
I'm Dr. Dan Lathrop. I'm County Commissioner, brand new again. Just a second. I represent District 1. It's an honor to serve the public here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Christine Maxbauer, District 2. Today begins my 5th term.
Yeah.
Lisa Kropa, you know me from County Park, clearly a mom, as I came in late with them. District 3, Garfield and Blair.
Sonny Wheelock, this will start my 9th term, and I represent District 4 of Grand Traverse County.
Ron Klaus, looking forward to starting my 1st term, District 5, Green Lake and Blair and Grant, Mayfield Township.
Carol Crawford, District 6, and I'm excited to get started.
Bob Johnson, District 7, and also a newbie.
Welcome. If everybody would please rise, and I'll have you raise your right hand, please. And I want you to repeat after me. You should have a copy of the oath in front of you at this time. I do solemnly swear or affirm
I do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this state,
and the Constitution of this state,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of this office
of Grand Traverse County Commissioner
of Grand Traverse County Commissioner
for each district,
for District 2,
3.
and in and for the County of Grand Traverse
and for the County of Grand Traverse
and the State of Michigan
and the State of Michigan
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations.
If you would all sign your oath of office, Sarah will collect it. I'm going to do the roll call now of our new county commissioners.
Hang on a minute.
Ron Klaus,
Here.
Thank you.
Carol Crawford,
Here.
Bob Johnson,
Here.
Elisa Kropa,
Here?
Dan Lathrop,
Here.
Christine Maxbauer,
Here.
Addison Wheelock Jr.
Yes, ma'am.
2015.
Our next order of business is public comment. Any person shall be permitted to address a meeting of the Board of Commissioners which is required to be open to the public under the provision of the Michigan Open Meetings Act as amended. Public comment shall be carried out in accordance with the following board rules and procedures. Any person wishing to address the board shall state his or her name and address. No person shall be allowed to speak more than once on the same matter, excluding time needed to answer commissioners' questions. The chairperson shall control the amount of time each person shall be allowed to speak, which shall not exceed 3 minutes. Chairperson may, at his or her discretion, extend the amount of time any person is allowed to speak. Is there any public comment? Seeing none, we are going to go on to the election of our new Board of Commissioner chairperson. I will now open up the floor for nominations of chairperson. Mr. Lathrop.
Madam Clerk, I nominate Christine Maxbauer to be the next chair for the Board of County Commissioners, Grand Traverse County.
And do I have a second?
I'll second.
Are there any further nominations? Seeing none, we will do a roll call vote. Crawford?
Yes.
Johnson?
Yes.
Cropa,
Yes.
Lathrop,
Yes.
Max Bauer,
Yes.
Klaus,
Yes.
Wheelock.
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Max Bauer is now the new chairperson of the Board of Commissioners.
I thank you all. At this time, I will open the floor for an election of vice chairperson. Commissioner Cropa.
Chairwoman Max Bauer. I'd like to nominate Dr. Dan Lathrop for Vice Chair of the County Board.
Is there support? Supported by Dr. Johnson. Any additional nominations? Seeing none, we'll have a roll call vote, please, Bonnie.
Johnson,
Yes.
Cropa,
Yes.
Lathrop,
Yeah.
Max Bauer,
Yes.
Klaus,
Yes.
Crawford,
Yes.
Wheelock.
Yes, ma'am.
Next on the agenda is approval of the agenda. I would entertain a motion.
So moved.
Moved by Commissioner Wheelock. Is there support?
Second.
Supported by Commissioner Cropa for approval of the agenda. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same. Motion carries. I would entertain a motion for the adoption of our standing rules.
So moved.
Moved by Dr. Johnson. Is there support?
Second.
Supported by Dr. Lathrop. Discussion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Bob, do we need a roll call vote on standing rules?
No, you don't.
Okay, thank you. Next, we have appointments to standing committees. If you would take one and pass it down, please. All right. I would entertain a motion for adoption of committee chairs and vice chairs to the standing committees as presented.
I will move.
Moved by Commissioner Cropa, supported by Dr. Lathrop. Discussion. Commissioner Wheelock.
Madam Chairman, I have made suggestions repeatedly over the last time that we change this committee structure to go to 2 full board meetings a month. I believe, number one, it'll save the county a small amount of money in per diem for mileage, but more importantly, it'll give staff an adequate amount of time to provide us with packets and information before we meet. When we meet on Wednesday evening and we have packets sent out on Friday morning, there's no opportunity for staff to ensure that we end up with the proper information to make decisions, and therefore we end up with coming in here on Wednesday night repeatedly with new information before us on our desks. And I would like to at least have a discussion about eliminating that committee structure and going to 2 full board meetings a month. We routinely make decisions at almost every committee meeting that are decisions of the board as a whole, where we do a roll call vote for immediate effect. And I think the committee structure where we refer everything to a full board meeting at the end of the month has become slightly antiquated.
Is there are there any other thoughts? Dr. Johnson?
Yeah, I support that also. I think we could probably, maybe for the month of January, just leave it intact and maybe start in February, once everybody has their feet underneath them, then start with the 2 meetings a month is what I would recommend also.
I have to
Cropa?
respectfully disagree with 2 guys. I like an awful lot. According to our county prosecutor, we can change the structure of our committees at any point in the year. We don't have to do it at an organizational meeting. Having served on several county boards, and I know the process, I understand the thought behind it, although as far back as I can find, I can't find a majority turnover of the Board of Commissioners. And I think we have to allow ourselves the adequate time to use the committee structure for the way that it was used. I think we had a very educated, informed, and long-standing Board of Commissioners for quite a long time, and the committee structure probably did become antiquated. But at this point, I feel like we're starting ourselves off on the wrong foot and doing us an injustice, and more importantly to the citizens by changing the committee structure. I get why it's set up that way. So I will support looking at the committee structure change later on in the year, but certainly not at the organizational meeting on the first of the year. We don't even know where we stand yet on anything.
Dr. Lathrop?
I was under the impression that whatever decision we made today about this matter had to stick for all year.
No.
But that's not true, apparently.
No.
No, you just have to republish the notice of the meetings, because that'll go out after today's meeting once you've decided what the meeting schedule will be.
Okay, so I'm not afraid of doing the 2 meetings a month. But I think until we get our boots on, the way we're doing it is at least the way I'd like to do it.
Commissioner Klaus, Commissioner Crawford, would you like to weigh in?
I would be in favor of leaving it at the 3 separate committees and the 1 full board meeting. As they've said before, let's get started and see how we do. And later on, several months down the road, if we find that 2 would be sufficient, I would support that later.
Commissioner Klaus, any thoughts?
If we can change it later on,
Yes, we
I'm
can.
fine with that.
All right.
Just a
Mr. Cooney.
comment about this, because I did suggest this to a couple of commissioners, and the reason is because I think the committee structure makes this a little bit more messy, procedurally speaking. And also, I think the whole reason behind the committee structure was so that commissioners would have, I guess, a second bite at the apple. If they weren't happy with the decision at the committee meeting, then maybe they can change their vote later. And, we have a mechanism for doing that. It's called a motion for reconsideration. And so I don't think that you're losing that ability. And I'm not necessarily advocating that you change it today. I just think that it is something that you should consider in the future because of some of the procedural problems that we've had because of the committee structure.
All right. We have a motion and support on the floor.
We don't have a motion.
We don't have a motion. I thought we did.
Did you make a motion, Si?
I just want, no, I think Lisa made the promotion and
Well, I thought that Commissioner Wheelock, he said, he started it, and I thought it was a motion, and then Dr. Johnson supported it, but
That's what I
maybe
thought,
it's not
but
a
perhaps-
motion. Maybe it was just discussion.
only Sonny knows. That was discussion, but I thought we had the motion before we had discussion, I'm sorry.
Well, we do have a motion on the floor from Kropa, seconded by Lathrop, to approve the appointments to the standing committees.
Right.
That's what
That-
we're
That
doing.
was the discussion,
Oh,
that was
yeah,
the, that
that's what
was
we're
the
doing.
motion, and
Okay.
then I have discussion.
Good, I haven't lost my mind. At least not yet. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same. Motion carries. Next on the agenda is adoption of our annual resolution. This is a resolution permitting the treasurer to waive administration fee and interest charge on delinquent taxes for senior citizens and others specified by law.
Motion to approve.
Moved by Commissioner Wheelock. Is there support?
Support?
Supported by Dr. Johnson. Discussion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same. Motion carries. All right, next on the agenda, approval of our monthly meeting dates and times. I would entertain a motion.
So moved.
Moved by Dr. Johnson. Is there support?
Second.
Supported by Commissioner Kropa. To approve our monthly meeting dates and times as presented in our packet. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same. Motion carries. Next is the Audit Committee meeting dates and times, and I noticed that we do not have commissioner appointments and/or assignments for the Audit Committee listed in our packet. I would ask that Commissioner Crawford and Commissioner Klaus and myself be appointed for the Audit Committee initially. That date and time, we can work with the date and time.
Okay, do we
Of
need
the-
to make a motion to change it at this point? It
I'm
says
just
10
letting you
o'clock.
know, that'll come under the commissioner appointments and assignments for 2015, but right now, I would entertain a motion for the Audit Committee meeting dates and times. But I wanted to let you know what's coming next and that there's some flexibility here,
Okay,
all right?
so if I would like to change the Audit Committee meeting time, can I make a motion to do that at this
Uh,
point?
Yes.
I would like to make a motion that we change the Audit Committee meeting time to 9:30 on Tuesdays, every other Tuesday.
Commissioner Klaus?
That's fine with me.
All right.
Does the finance director have the documents ready for you by 9:30?
That
Because
would-
we're changing the time, and he has to
I don't think it'll be
approve that
an
back.
issue.
Well, a half an hour, I can't see that there would be a problem. Usually, when I arrive early, and they're 90% of the time sitting on the desk waiting for me. All right, we have a motion and support to move the Audit Committee meeting dates and times to 9:30 on the second and fourth Tuesday of the month. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same. Motion carries. All right, now, I would entertain a motion for the approval of the commissioner appointments and assignments for 2015. Again, these are not set in stone. In the past, we've worked together, and if something doesn't work for a commissioner, we move around. So, Dr. Lathrop,
I so move.
is there support?
I will support for purposes of discussion.
All righty. Is there discussion?
County planning.
We are not going to appoint anyone to county planning at this time. John Syke, our planning director, is going to present an ordinance proposal for the county board to consider in January, where the county board can appoint a representative instead of us to county planning. If anyone has a burning desire to attend county planning meetings, let me know, and we will add your name now. All right. No one's jumping up and down. All right.
Madam Chairman, under the Joint Housing Task Force, currently we have 2 county commissioners appointed to that, myself and former Chairman Limcool. I would respectfully request to continue to serve on that committee. I think I have a long history.
I think you have an outstanding
I
long
would ask
history.
if we choose to have another commissioner. There is a note in here that we're probably only going to meet another 3, 4, 5 times, and then that will be disbanded. It's a purpose of evaluating, the purpose of this committee is to evaluate not only our affordable housing needs in our community, but what kinds of tools we have available to assist with that, and what kind of roadblocks we have to overcome in order to maximize affordable housing in our community.
All right. In that case, Commissioner Wheelock, I would certainly recommend you to remain on the Joint Housing Task Force. As long as there are only 2 or 3 meetings left, I will go ahead and nominate myself to take former Chairman Lemcool's place on that task force. All right. I've lost track.
We just need to vote.
We need to vote, thank you. I'm trying to go quickly. All right, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same, motion carries. All right, do we have any old business? Seeing none. New business? No new business. Public comment? No public comment. Any notices? I don't hear any. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion by Wheelock, supported by Dr. Johnson. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned. Thank you all.
Congratulations.